Hello, today we're going to learn how to use shell when creating a Lego brick. So shell will remove material from a part to create a cavity of constant wall thickness. And you can see that shell right here on the inside of the Lego brick. You have the option to remove zero faces, which creates a hollow object where you can't access the cavity, or you can remove multiple faces to create a cavity with an opening. And this is an example of one where we've removed the bottom face so that you can see and have access to that cavity from the bottom. This is the dimensions of the Lego brick we're going to use, and these are the size of a real Lego. So when we create our first document, we want to make sure that we change the units to millimeters. So I'm going to do that right here. In this drop down, my workspace units, I'm going to change to millimeters. Millimeters. The next thing I want to do is create and extrude a basic Lego shape. So this is going to be 15.8 by 31.8. So I'm going to draw a new sketch on the top plane. Just a rectangle, 15.8 millimeters by 31.8 millimeters. Here's my Lego brick, and I'm going to extrude it to a height of 9.6. Perfect. This is the outline of my Lego brick. My next step is going to be to use shell to hollow out the bottom. I want the shell thickness to be 1.49. So on the bottom right here, I'm going to use the shell button. This is shell. You can see it's creating a hollow cavity right here. So as I click shell, if I click hollow, like you can't see that it's hollow right now. You can if you make the object translucent. You can see if you want it to be hollow or not. Right here, you can see that it would be hollow, but that you wouldn't be able to access the inside. So in order to make it so that you can access the inside, we want to remove a face. In this case, the bottom one. And you can see it's now creating a cavity. I'm going to change it off of translucent. I just wanted to show you what that hollow right there looked like. So now that we've used shell to hollow it out, we're going to add the nubs. Creating a new sketch on the top of the brick, creating a circle right here at this point, and then a linear pattern of those nubs. So on the top surface, I'm going to draw a new sketch of a circle. The circle has a diameter of 5, and it's a position from each edge of 3.9. Now that I've positioned this nub, I can create a pattern of nubs. This is going to be a linear pattern. And I want to see how the nubs are going this. I can pull them in a little bit. The distance between these nubs is 8. So I only want one nub in this direction, so I can type in 1. But I'm going to want multiple nubs in this direction. I'm going to type in 4. You can see that these are pretty far apart. The distance we want between them is 8. So now you can see, oops, this should be 2. So now you can see we've created a 2x8 pattern of equally spaced circles that we can then extrude to create the nubs. And they're a height here of 1.7 millimeters. Cool. So our next step is to create the inside nubs. The inside nubs will eventually look like this. So to create the inside nubs, we want to draw on this bottom surface right here. So I'm going to start a new sketch on this inside plane. And we want to create a pattern of circles right here that are tangent to the existing nubs. So what I have to do is I have to grab the use button, and I want to use each of these nub circles. See how when I click, it's giving me their location on the inside surface? That's what I want. So I want to click each of these circles so it can show me where each of those nubs is on the inside. Look at that. So I want to draw new circles on the inside right here along the center. So I'm going to make it along the center right here. And these new circles, I want to make tangent to the other ones. I'm going to click this tangent button, and then I'm going to click each of these other circles. Perfect. So now I have these 3 new circles tangent to the other circles. I can extrude them. And I'm making them a depth of, it looks like 8.1. Perfect. They look pretty flat. All right, and then I'm going to shell them out. So the thickness of the shell is represented right here, 0.5. So I'm going to click shell. I'm going to grab these nubs, and I'm going to make the wall thickness 0.5. Perfect. Next we're going to add chamfers to the nubs and fillets to the outside edges. So you can see the chamfer is 0.2 on each side. So viewing it from the top, I'm going to click chamfer, and I'm going to chamfer the top edge right here to a distance of 0.2. Lovely. 0.2, right? Yeah. And then this outside fillet has a radius of 0.5. So I'll click fillet, 0.5, and then I'll grab each of these edges. Oops. I don't want that edge. Just this one. Is that all the edges? Looks like it. All right, so I've added my chamfers, I've added my fillets. My next step is to change the appearance. Over here, we're gonna right click and edit appearance. I'm gonna make my brick bright red. And then lastly, I'm going to edit the material. So if I wanted to change the material, I could right click here and make it ABS plastic. So these are all the different materials over here. So Legos are made out of ABS plastic. I'll click ABS. And this is actually pretty cool. Now that you've selected the material, over here in the bottom corner, it will tell you all the stuff about the part now. It'll tell you how much it weighs, what's its volume, what's its surface area, and you can use this to calculate how much it would cost, which is pretty cool. All right, there we go. So now we have a completed Lego brick. It is red, it is ABS plastic, and it looks just like a Lego. So in our next lesson, we'll learn how to combine 2 Legos together into an assembly. Thanks for watching.